Good morning. We're going to do a quick walk around of this truck mount machine that we've built for a customer. This is a custom that we've built to go in the back of a 2019 3/4 ton Dodge Ram. It fits perfectly in a 6.5 foot box. We've added an antifreeze tank to this machine for this customer as we're running in Iowa and things do get cold in the winter and sometimes you get called out. So that's an option on our standard machine. If we want to look at the things back on the tank, first of all, over here in the corner we've got a float switch that when the water tank runs out of water it'll shut the machine off. You've got your tank fill, and then you've got a quick coupler set up here on top that you can recirculate back to the tank if the weather gets a little cold and you need to stay out for a little bit longer time. And I've got some water in the tank, and of course we're talking temperatures really under 20 degrees is poor for jetting anyway, but that 20 to 35 degree range, it's good to recirc when you're stopping for a bit. And then on this side we've got the bypass line going back into the tank. This is a 330 gallon tank, and yes, it is beyond the capacity that you really should be putting in a 3/4 ton pickup, but rarely is he filling full, and he also is mostly doing field tile work, so the customers are actually bringing the water to him in a water wagon. So he goes out into the field empty, and they fill the water up at site. On top deck here, we've got a fuel tank, and we've got a battery box. See, you've also got a shut off on your fuel line there. We've got a DC powered reel that holds 400 foot a 1/2 inch hose, and this has a 2-to-1 clutch system with it, so it's designed to free spool out and power reel back in, but the speed is very nice for cleaning the pipe adequately. On the side of the motor here we've got a push button switch that actually activates to retract the hose in. We've got a pressure gauge, we've got a shut-off valve that you can control water flow here, and then we've also got a 1/2 inch quick coupler on the inlet of that valve, and that 1/2 inch quick coupler you can actually take loose and couple into a 50-foot hose that we've got for wash down that has a trigger gun, so you can pressure wash your area when you're done cleaning. Other accessories we include with this machine is we have 2 nozzles, a bullet nozzle and a milling nozzle that are included with it. And then we also include a face shield, a safety vest, and then we've got a tiger tail that goes into the line. If you've got a rough edge on the leading edge of the pipe, that tiger tail will save your hose. And then we've got a 10-foot hose that we can attach to the 10-foot drain line hose. We can attach to this cam lock fitting here to help get the water away from the equipment when you're draining. We've got a large shut-off valve on this machine that you can actually, that's a 3-way valve, so we can actually feed water from the cam lock fitting to fill the tank if you would like, and then we can put it straight up and down just as it is to shut the flow off, and then we can throw the valve to the back to draw water from the tank. We've got a high capacity water filter there that's good to check every time you go to start up, and then you see the valve on the other side underneath the green springed unloader. That valve there you can throw to antifreeze the pump from that antifreeze tank. And then on top here we've got an unloader valve, which is your first safety valve that helps you dial in your pressure correctly with the correct nozzle. And then once that's set, you can leave that set exactly where it's at. When your water flow stops, or you plug a nozzle, or you shut your trigger gun off, that will bypass the water back to the tank. On the right hand side of the pump you'll see another brass little valve. That valve is a secondary pop-off. So that's actually a secondary protection to what you've got in your unloader valve. The black knob in the bottom center valve port is a pulse valve. What that will do is disable that valve and give you pulsation to help you through longer runs. Okay, and moving over, we've got a Schrader valve mounted on the far right there on the pump. That Schrader valve is another way you can also blow out the system to completely get the water out of the system when things are cold outside. And this machine, you'll see we're using a Honda engine, and this Honda is the GX690. So over here on the controls you'll see you've got a key switch, your choke lever, and your throttle lever as well. It's also got an hour meter on it, which is handy. So that's the quick information and quick specs of this machine. This one happens to be operating at 2700 psi, 12 gallon a minute, which is about pretty much the maximum capacity, flow, and pressure combination for that 690 Honda. So if you're interested in a machine like this, just give us a call. We do lots of custom work because everybody always has something a little special that they'd like to be different. So, and we're glad to do that. Thanks for watching.